Under a vast sky, Mr. Wang's family was picnicking. Suddenly, their plates and food floated up, and his son and wife did too. Mr. Wang grabbed them to not burden them. His wife let herself float away. It was a space accident that chipped the moon, altering Earth's gravity. Only those over 240 pounds stayed grounded. 20 years later, Xiao Kai, now a young man, looked frail in his oversized pajamas at 120 pounds. As they ate breakfast and watched the news, Xiao Kai and his breakfast suddenly hit the ceiling. Mr. Wang calmly restarted the gravity device, and everything fell back down. Xiao Kai got a few more bruises. Mr. Wang always weighed himself before work. Even though he was over 120 kilograms, he still carried a 20-kilogram iron ball in his bag. Xiao Kai hadn't left home in 20 years, only using a telescope to see outside. He saw Wang Zheng chatting with a neighbor. Now, trash cans weren't needed. Garbage floated into space when tossed from balconies. Outside was a world for the overweight. Even walking dogs meant tying them to a leash and letting them float like kites. Little Ka is still someone who loves life. He plays videos of the sea on TV, puts on sunglasses, and imagines sunbathing on the beach. When Little Ka uses his binoculars to look outside again, a car arrives in his neighborhood. A chubby girl with flowing hair and a charming smile steps out, instantly capturing Little Ka's heart. His heart races, and he writes, "Hello," on paper, pretending to be chubby to greet her. But he never musters the courage. From that day, Little Ka falls in love, even dreaming about the chubby girl. Overwhelmed with excitement, he wakes from his sweet dream and sees a magazine with ways to gain weight. To meet the girl, he buys a bunch of burgers. Despite the difficulty eating them, seeing his weight increase by 10 kilograms strengthens his resolve to gain weight. Full of confidence, Little Ka finally greets the chubby girl. She smiles back at him. And from then on, the magic of love begins to swirl. To date the chubby girl, Little Ka starts eating burgers like crazy to gain weight. This leads to him being hospitalized due to food issues, and only after doctors' efforts does he escape danger. After this incident, his weight quickly drops by 10 kilograms. Little Ka is very upset and sad about this. He missed the chance to communicate with the girl. The girl notices Little Ka's absence and looks disappointed. Xiao Ka was set on meeting Fat Girl. To keep from floating away, he tied himself to the fridge for extra weight. But before he could leave, Old Wang saw it all and pushed Xiao Ka and the fridge back. To protect his only son, Old Wang moved all the heavy stuff out and locked Xiao Ka in his room. Locked in his room, Xiao Ka angrily tore up his drawings. Old Wang felt heartache seeing this and realized he shouldn't confine his son. He decided to make gravity shoes for Xiao Ka. During the process, Old Wang fell asleep from exhaustion and dreamed of his wife's departure and Xiao Ka floating away, which startled him awake. But the gravity shoes were finished. The next morning, Old Wang gave the gravity shoes to his son. Xiao Ka put them on and carried an extra weighted backpack just in case. He turned off the house's gravity device to test it, and he didn't float away. Xiao Ka, with a pillow, immediately left the house. After 20 years of not leaving, the elevator's descent felt strange. He reached Fat Girl's building. Not wanting to deceive the girl he loved, he turned off the gravity shoes and floated, with the weighted backpack floating too. He tossed the pillow. Old Wang watched his silly son and felt hopeless. But when Xiao Ka reached the girl's floor, she held him and smiled joyfully. From then on, they lived a carefree life. Old Wang, seeing this, smiled at his wife's photo. The story ends here, seemingly telling us that even when disaster strikes, we must face it with optimism. Family, love, and friendship remain. Overcoming obstacles leads to success and happiness.